Well, here we are again. Beautiful winter's day, 31st of January. The river is still slightly frozen here. Loads of ducks. That means there are no fish because the ducks are eating their fish. Really interesting. And we've had some icebreakers along the river here just to unblock the shipping channel, because for the last 3-4 weeks there's been no river traffic here. And it's obviously affected the economy in some way. But it's all good. The energies are, let's say, the way things are at the moment. There's a lot of, we can all see what's going on across the side of the Atlantic with all these things. But the good news is there are good news in this, amongst all of this, and it's about change. And we can see a pattern, much the same as what happened when people voted for Brexit. The same situation in the US. You have a new president and he's rattling the cage, and for whatever purpose and whatever reason, it is all about promoting change, isn't it? No matter the motives or the logic behind it, it's about bringing in change and certainly making tsunamis across the world, which is always good. It's always good to bring people's awareness to the reality of the situation. And, you know, in my everyday life, I'm always aware of what is real and what's not real. Lots of fake news out there, but there's lots of real news out there. And the real news is really encouraging. We can see these large conglomerate banks and insider trading going on. They're now being fined heavily. And that in itself is a message to us as individuals that the banks are corrupt. The banks will do anything with our money to make a few dollars. The banks will do anything for the sake of money, because this is greed, this is ego. So the fact that they're getting fined is, I suppose, a sign that things are changing, and it's an acknowledgement that the collapses of currency and the missing funds are all real. But ultimately, we as individuals, we as people that trust these institutions, have to take a closer look at what it's telling us. We can't trust anyone in the world of profit. And I know that there are movements to bring about ethical banks and things like this currently in Europe, and there's a slow change happening to promote these ethical banks and businesses. But we still pay the price, don't we? Interest rates are down. Why? People don't want to pay interest on our money and things like this. So it's a real situation that affects us on a day-by-day basis. I can also see here in Croatia the political struggle that's going on. The new government is having to handle elected new, not say radical parties, parties that support the individual, parties that support the kids and their future. They're having a real struggle to cope with the message that they're trying to deliver about change. And it's encouraging to see that some politicians do have this wish and desire to create something different for the future generations. And it's everywhere. And this is a sign that things are changing. And things are changing in our own lives also. A lot of doors have been closed. A lot of new in the air. And I've been saying this for a while now, that everything is new. And I can see from what's going on in my life, as something closes, something new comes in. And it may be around the same situation or same issue, but there was a closure before the new came in, a new relationship or a new connection with regard to some things that I've been doing. And the work that I'm doing right now in the 3D world is utilizing the skills that I've learned and gleaned over the last 30 years of my life, not only in business, but also in communication with people, building teams and breaking through bullshit and barriers and really getting to the truth. I'm also utilizing some qualifications that I earned or worked for 20 years ago. So when I look backwards, There's a reason for everything, and I suggest you do the same thing too, looking at your life and things that you're doing today, how what you've done in the past has got you to this place today. And it's that appreciation. We may not know the reasons and logic behind why we're doing certain things, but there's always a purpose. There's always a reason why we do something. Maybe to learn a lesson, maybe to gain some experience, maybe to gain some knowledge, maybe simply to help others. And that's, if you have an open mind about everything and have this living the moment and just literally going with the flow, the world is a different place. Your life is a different place. And all of the signs and synchronicities are there. The being on the right path. And there's no need to go into this detail about what does it mean. There's no reason to understand why it's happening. Just go with it. And this is really full surrender and trust. Not in anything other than ourselves. And it is our own power. It is our own energies. It is our own thought-making process. It's our own guides and angels around us that are helping us and highlighting what needs to be done or where we're going, and the rewards are there. And wow, that was a big mouthful, wasn't it? Everything is on track. I don't tell the future. I can see some things in the future that have happened. I can see some things that I've written and wrote about that have materialized. I can see the things that I'm doing for my current path are manifesting. They're manifesting very rapidly. And it's really rewarding to get to that place of, yeah, I finally got it. And each of us has our own unique journey. No two journeys are the same. No two life paths are the same. And when we seek help or we seek guidance or we read things, we need to take these things with discernment. We need to apply some logic to it, and we also need to apply, does this really apply to us? Because in a lot of cases, information out there is too generalized, and it really doesn't hit the spot. It really doesn't hit the mark, and really in some cases inaccurate, because there are ulterior motives behind everything. For now, the river here is beautiful. It's flowing. We can see the surface flowing. It's beautiful. So go with the energies. Whatever's going on in astrology with the planets is going on in the planets and with astrology. What's going on in your life? What are you doing to change what's going on in your life? And how are you navigating all of the stuff that's going on around you? Are you allowing other external matters to influence your day-to-day decisions and your day-to-day actions? Does it really serve you to get involved or drawn into other people's issues? Whether it be on a local level, national level, global level, does it really serve you? Where are you spending your energy? What are you spending your energy on? And what is it bringing you? Is it giving you something in return? If you're not getting anything back from your life, from your actions and from your life, you really need to take a closer look at what you're doing and how you're doing it, and the reasons for doing it. Flowing with the energies, like last week I wrote about surfboards and parachutes. This is the way forward. Flowing with everything, the energy from within. Our own energy will tell us where we're going and how we feel and what we're doing. And if you're walking down a path and you start smiling, this is incredible. Something like that happened to me yesterday, and I felt a presence. And I know where the presence was from. And yes, that in itself is an amazing experience. So, take a closer look at what you're doing. Take some time out for yourself and really get to grips with where you, as an individual, not you and your family, not you and your kids, where you as an individual would like to be, how you would like to feel, and think about how you can change your current situation to bring about those things that you desire. Because ultimately, you are the most important person in your world. Because without you, nothing else exists. Think about that. Without you, nothing else exists. That's it from here, this beautiful winter's day here in Vukovar. Sending lots of love, positive energy. Until the next time. Bye bye.